Hello, my name is Lizzie. Welcome to my channel, and for today's video we are watching Repulsion. So this is a film from the 60s, and it is a Roman Polanski film. Feel weird about that, but whatever. It's on the list, gonna watch it. I know a few of his films are on this list, but it says that there's a young woman who suffers from androphobia, the fear of interaction with men. Don't we all? Just kidding. When her sister and roommate Helen leaves her London flat to go on Italian holiday with her boyfriend, Carol, the woman, withdraws into her apartment. She begins to experience frightful hallucinations. Her fear gradually mutating into madness. And when I read that, and I read kind of about it on some other websites kind of describing everything, it did remind me a little of Excision, if you have seen that. So I wonder if it's gonna be anywhere similar. I'm kind of interested to see. And I guess I will let you guys know once I'm done watching. Okay, so just finished with watching, and honestly, guys, I'm kind of disappointed in this one. I feel like so far most of the films on this list I've liked. I mean, I guess there's been like a couple that it's been a little iffy about, but this one is kind of the first one that I was going into pretty excited, I guess. Strongly interested in watching, and was quite let down. I was excited about the whole idea of the hallucinations, and like I said, I was wondering if it was going to be anything like Excision, which it wasn't, which is fine, not like the main reason why I was disappointed in this film. I was just hoping for those parts, I guess, to be a little on the, I don't want to say a little on the darker side, because they do get pretty dark, which I'm going to get into, but just, I guess, on the more horror end. I think you guys kind of get what I'm trying to get at, but oh dear Lord. So a lot of her hallucinations involve like the walls cracking, things like that. Okay, but before we get into more of that, a little bit more of kind of what the film is about. I did kind of explain a little bit in the beginning, but it is about this woman that suffers from this phobia that's like a phobia of, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but a phobia of like being physical with the men. And it definitely like controls her life in a way. She works at a salon that is all women, and then between basically work and just being at home where she lives with her sister, and her sister does have this boyfriend, which in a way kind of is a bit of like a trigger for her. I think definitely sets some of this in motion for sure. There's, you know, some of his things just are like getting in her way, and in her space, and that's definitely like something that pushes her a little bit. But you also have this man who, I feel like in general films he would be like the love interest type of character, but he really just like, he keeps asking her out and keeps asking her out, and she keeps rejecting him, and but he gets to be kind of a bad dude in this film as well. Like every guy in her life really like isn't a great guy. They all kind of have their things. Like her sister's boyfriend, he is married, and then, so not a great example, and then, or on her sister's part either, but then you have this guy who keeps trying to pressure her to go out with him, and she keeps trying to kindly let him down, but he gets like angry and upset with her and like accuses her of like toying with him, and like at one point he's like, we were gonna have dinner, but she like rejected his dinner offer. He just like keeps putting in his head that these things are gonna happen. At one point in the film he like breaks into her apartment, like runs in and keeps running into the door. And this is post her having one of her really bad hallucinations, which I will get into. If you've seen this film, you already know where I'm headed, but then her, and so yeah, he's not a great guy either. And then her landlord, who is also horrible, we'll talk about. But I feel like the thing that really mainly set a lot of this off is that guy that keeps like trying to get her to go out with him ends up kissing her, and of course again she like gets freaked out and rejects it, and I feel like that's what really starts all of this into motion. I feel like her sister going out of town just gives her the ability to like lock herself away, and also experience these things because she is alone and she's living in fear of being alone in the house. But I feel like that's the thing that really sets it all off. And what it sets off is basically that aside from the walls cracking, her hallucinations are of her being raped. There are 4, 3.5-ish basically rape scenes in this film, which is where I have the problem, because I avoid films with those type of scenes basically at all costs. It's the same reason I've not watched Revenge. People praise that movie, but I have avoided watching it. I know The Last House on the Left is on this list. I don't recall if I spit on Your Grave on this list, but I know The Last House on the Left is on this list, which I have actually seen the remake a long time ago when it first came out. So I'm really not looking forward to that, but it's a bridge we'll cross when we get to it. So yeah, I did not know that going into this film, and I guess I kind of should have known, given, like I said, Roman Polanski directed this, and when you know that, it like makes it even kind of like worse. If you don't know the deal with him, you can look it up, but that just makes it like even more like, oh my god, when you're watching this. And it was just so much, and I understand that sometimes it moves the plot forward. I think with films like Revenge, and well, like revenge rape films, but when it's the only thing that is really like the triggering for like fear in a film, it's obviously like her biggest fear, and I get that because this is a phobia that she's living with, but it's just so fucking much. And even one of the scenes isn't even a hallucination anymore. Like I said, the fucking landlord, yeah, he tries, and you know, she handles it, but it's just like, I just, using it as like a fear factor in anything bothers me. I mean, in my Psycho review, I talked about how much I love Bates Motel, but the first season, his mom gets attacked. I think in like the first episode, I always hated that. Also, the reason I've never watched, I think it's the second season of American Horror Story, the Asylum season. I never watched. There's too much of that and that, and it's just like, you're only using it as a fear factor. That your story has no substance and no need for it, and it's just, it bothers me and I hate it, and it's so much in this fucking film. So trigger warning in case you thought about watching this, just so y'all know. And yeah, it's just, it's not like, I'm really gonna especially agree about it. It's actually really not a bad film, which is frustrating. It definitely like leaves me feeling like, well, I don't know how I feel about this film, because aspects of it are really great. This main actress does an amazing job. Some of the graphics and things are really good. It's just those scenes for me just make it, they bother me. So that's why I have like mixed feelings about this film, and I think that's another part that's so frustrating, is that it is actually genuinely not a bad film. I I can't say that I love it, but I'm also not saying that I hate it because it wasn't a bad film. I just not for me. But yeah, I'm not gonna recommend that you watch this one, to be honest. But if you have seen it, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you did enjoy this review, please do give it a big old thumbs up and make sure that you hit the subscribe button for more horror-related content. I will see you guys again tomorrow with another video. Bye.